Hi, Leos, and Happy New Year. You are going to be the sign that really feels the love this year, so let's get into your readings. If you would like a personalized, detailed reading, you can reach me through the details below in the description box or just look up Guru Grit. Now, what do I mean when I say you are the sign that's going to feel the love? Well, here it is. We open the year with Jupiter still in your ninth house. So the ninth house is a house that signifies marriage, but also children, and Jupiter is the signifier of children. So the first 4.5 months of the year, if you've been wanting children to expand your family, grow your family, or tie the knot, it's looking very favorable. However, it actually does get even more intense. Somehow hard to believe, but it's true. Because on April the 20th at 29 degrees of Aries, there's going to be a total solar eclipse hitting your ninth house. If you're looking to catch a case of wanderlust, travel, change your beliefs, publish something, study something new, sign a marriage certificate, or a birth certificate. All these things could happen in 2023 because, as we know, eclipses have lasting effects, and this is a very powerful one because the sun exalts in the sign of Aries and it's your chart ruler, and it's in a very auspicious house, and it's a total eclipse, so it's so powerful. But what more can I tell you about love? Well, quite a lot, because very interesting phenomena is going to happen where Venus is going to spend an unusual amount of time in one sign, and that sign, of course, is going to be the sign of Leo. Because you're so regal and lucky as it is, you're gonna get exactly that. She's going to be in your ascendant, in your first house, in your sign from June the 5th until October the 8th, 2023. Single Leos, listen carefully. You really can meet somebody very suddenly. It might even, I don't know, how should you say, rouse a scandal? Dun dun dun. So do everything above board, but really it could be something that just takes you by such surprise. It's quite fantastic. You're going to be popular, seductive, sensual, alluring, and even more attractive than you already are. Venus going through the first house is so nice. It really gives us an air of graciousness and poise and social graces and diplomacy, charm, just oozing charm, completely off the charts. This is an excellent year where you can step into the best possible version of yourself and just feel like you have the beautiful life that you've always wanted. Now, spirituality can also be off the charts. You might experience a conversion. Like I said, do some research, have some spiritual downloads, or as they say, escape the matrix. You might meet some new teachers, go to school, go back to school, go to a new school, take on a course, do some kind of training for a job, a certification, something to keep up some skill levels. However, I will say, be careful not to join a cult or get swept in the mentality of group thinking, because where we have a lot of aspects that show a lot of charm and belief, we can also become a little bit persuaded by people at the same time. And I will also say, in that same note, you yourself must take care not to become a leader of sorts or dominate any kind of social group without having the best intentions. So surely do not idolize your icons and celebrities. It's time to come out of that thinking. In any case, travel comes in really hot for Leos this year, especially in the summertime, July onwards. You might get infected by some kind of travel bug and just want to see the world. Get out there, take your vacation days, and really enjoy. Love will improve with Saturn, your seventh ruler, leaving the seventh house. And I did say Venus entering the first, which will aspect the seventh. So as Saturn leaves on March the 7th, he will go into the eighth house. Now, when seventh ruler goes into the eighth, he will be there from March 7th, 2023 till May 24th, 2025. In any case, even by transit, seventh ruler in the eighth can give us an unexpected feeling around love and intimacy. We meet people very suddenly, it's all or nothing. We just go right off into the deep end. At the same time, a relationship can suddenly come to an end and finally break. Now, with Venus there, she is protecting relationships when she enters in early June. But if you're single and looking, as I said, it could be something that happens very, very quickly. So you must take care to do everything with great transparency and ethics. Now, if you're looking to get back together with somebody, Venus goes retrograde July the 22nd to September the 3rd. As I said, attractive, alluring. So you really might meet someone very, very special this year, especially with Jupiter still in that ninth house. Now, I would also say to avoid any beauty procedures during the retrograde period of Venus, which is late July to early September. Why? Because Venus, when she's retrograde in the first house of the body, not very ideal to get any work done. All the other dates, I said June the 5th, October the 8th, excluding that retrograde period. If there's some kind of makeover that you've wanted to invest in a new wardrobe, get something done to your face or your body, new hair treatment, by all means, all systems go. That's totally fine. But just take care, because when Venus is retrograde and we get some work done, when she turns direct, generally we find that we are not satisfied with those results. And as we know, some things are very difficult to remedy and we might get stuck with those results. So that's my cautionary word of caution for you. Now, Venus also rules the third house of your chart. So working with your hands, writing, lyrics, poetry, makeup artistry, any kind of crafts, cake decorating, welding, sculpting, as long as it's creative, hey, she's spending tons of time in your first house. She's also the ruler of your 10th. Now, 10th ruler in the first is a huge boost for your public image and a very good omen for success. So this is just amazing. If you're looking to shine at work, this is absolutely phenomenal and sensational. I would say, though, to take care with certain things. No daredevil behavior. It could be trying your health. So really take good care to curb your impulses, especially if you're an impulse driver, a daredevil, like jumping off of heights. So no speeding or jumping out of airplanes during this year. Take great care. Now, in terms of money, Saturn transiting the 8th as your 6th ruler, he will also aspect the 2nd house of your assets. You might find that your spouse, if you share your finances, is in a bit of a pinch. They could suffer from a demotion, or their work goes through some kind of restructuring, but they don't bring in as much money. If that doesn't happen, you might find that you and your spouse now might start saving more money for a rainy day, putting some of that aside. And that's quite a wise thing to do, because Saturn does rule the 6th for Leo risings, and that is the house that rules debts. So when we take that energy and posit it into the 8th house of our spouse's money, we could see some kind of spending or the protection from overspending. So just be very mindful for those things. Naturally, it can be a challenging time for married people who share finances, but to be fair, the number one thing most couples argue about is finances, so it's not really anything new under the sun, is it? Intimate life and I said spouse's finances, could be a little bit draining for the next couple of years, so just make sure you have those conversations and boundaries to keep everything feeling good and feeling fine. Now, in terms of work, academia, publishing are looking really, really active. If you're thinking about the legal field or the creative field, this is also so sensational because your 10th ruler, as I said earlier, is in your first house now. But you do have even more help. Why? Because on May the 16th, Jupiter leaves your 9th house and goes into Taurus for a full year. He's going to be blessing your 10th house of career and status in the world from May 16th until May 2024. So you could find extra work, a second job, a better paying job, more opportunities just coming to you. You might even travel for work. It's absolutely awesome. I'm very, very happy about that for you. In case some friends have got you down, it's all right. You can just let them go, as Mars is going to move direct in your 11th house on January the 13th, but he will stay in the sign of Gemini until the 13th of March. So you really have a year to remember, and I would definitely make the most of it. As Mars moves forward in your 11th house, you might cut some competition and find by the end of the year you're given some kind of an award or recognition from your peers. So just make sure to let some people, just cut them loose if they're kind of holding you back or trying to sabotage you. You don't need everyone to be your fan, only the people who really understand you. You only need a few good people to take with you to the top. So take any opportunities that you can, and if they're not very, very good and sort of suck the life force out of you, it's all right to let them go, because you're going to have so much more waiting for you with that beautiful Jupiter going through the 10th, just giving you the world. I so love that for you. So I'm wishing you the best, my big-hearted lions and lionesses. If you would like a personalized, detailed reading, you know how to find me. Please look below. Apart from that, I wish you health, happiness, so much joy and love for 2023. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, bye-bye for now.